In the year 2040, a courageous rescue team on Earth embarks on a dangerous mission to free hostages taken by alien forces. The mission appears successful at first, but their victory is short-lived when they are discovered by a formidable alien soldier known as the Sentinel. This massive, heavily armed soldier proves to be an unbeatable force. He breaches the team's defenses and begins eliminating them one by one. During the chaos, the last surviving soldier makes a brave and selfless sacrifice. He shields a woman and her child from harm, handing the woman his military dog tag necklace with his dying breath. To her shock, she learns she is his wife, and the child is his son. Despite his heroic act, the mission ends in failure, leaving humanity with a grim reminder of the alien threat that still looms over Earth. Fast forward 40 years and 240,000 miles away on the Moon, where humanity has established a thriving colony. After years of training and preparation, the colony's AI system identifies 3 individuals who have the best chance of defeating the Sentinel and reclaiming Earth. Doc and Jay, the mission's managers, are thrilled when they receive approval from the president to move forward with this risky operation. Jay quickly contacts the 3 selected candidates. The first, Robin, is spending time with her girlfriend when the message arrives. To her surprise, the message is projected directly from her girlfriend's face, revealing that her partner is actually an advanced android. The second candidate, Jared, is at the gym when he receives his notification. He pulls out an old military dog tag necklace as he reads the message, revealing his connection to the past. He is the son of the heroic soldier who died 40 years earlier during the failed mission on Earth. However, when Jay tries to contact the third candidate, the transmission fails. Knowing the candidate is located in the lower levels of the Moon colony, Jay heads there in person. This area is rough and chaotic, filled with people who drink heavily and often get into fights. Jay eventually finds Damon, the third candidate, talking to a bartender. Damon expresses his frustration about life on the Moon, saying it has never truly felt like home. He believes humanity should have stayed on Earth and fought for their place instead of fleeing. After hearing Jay's message, Damon agrees to join the mission, determined to make things right and reclaim Earth for humanity. Once all 3 candidates are gathered, they are thoroughly briefed on the mission. Each is given the option to back out, but none do. Robin hesitates, voicing her concerns. She mentions that the simulations always ended in failure, questioning if the AI had made a mistake in selecting them. Doc reassures her, explaining that the AI picked them for their unique skills, backgrounds, and results from countless tests. The team is then equipped with advanced, bionically enhanced suits designed to protect them from alien lasers and chemical attacks. Damon raises a concern about the effects of Earth's gravity on their bodies, having spent decades on the Moon. Doc acknowledges this challenge but emphasizes that the success of the mission depends on their ability to adapt. The briefing continues with Doc revealing a crucial piece of information. The aliens used a portal to invade Earth, located at the center of the planet's first permanent electric storm. This portal is heavily guarded by the Sentinel, the same alien soldier who destroyed the previous rescue team. Jay shows them chilling footage of the Sentinel in action, a grim reminder of the challenge that lies ahead. The team, now fully prepared, boards their spaceship. As they prepare for launch, the president delivers an emotional address to the Moon colony. He speaks about the difficult decision humanity made to abandon Earth when the alien invasion began. Watching their home planet fall into ruin was heartbreaking, but today, he declares, the 3 chosen heroes are humanity's last hope. Their mission will prove that humanity is not extinct and that the fight for survival continues. As the spaceship leaves the Moon, Jared secretly installs a hidden device under the control panel, triggering an alert. Robin confronts him and demands an explanation. Jared admits that he is following a different, secret plan, one that he and Doc have worked on together for years. He explains that sticking to the original mission would only lead to the same failure as before. This new plan has been kept hidden from the others and even the president because it would never have been approved by the government. Doc sends an encrypted message to the crew, outlining the daring new strategy. The plan involves using Earth's gravity to travel back in time, a concept that leaves the team stunned and uneasy. Time travel, using the planet's gravitational pull, seems almost impossible, but they realize it might be their only chance to change history and succeed where others have failed. On the Moon, the colony's android system detects irregularities and tries to regain control of the ship. However, Doc and Jay lock it out, claiming a malfunction. Meanwhile, Jared injects himself with a green serum, explaining that it will protect their bodies from the intense forces of the time jump. Damon and Robin hesitate but eventually follow suit. As the ship accelerates toward the jump, Jay tries to calm the android, continuing to claim technical problems. Just before entering a wormhole, the ship loses its shield and landing gear, causing a catastrophic malfunction. Communication between the ship and the Moon is severed. Doc grows suspicious, believing sabotage was involved. The ship crashes 20 miles away from its intended target, the alien fortress. Back on the Moon, the president addresses the colony, announcing that the mission has failed. But Doc notices something strange. The president's message is pre-recorded. Feeling betrayed, Doc accuses the president of orchestrating the mission's failure to protect his own interests. Jay warns that the president might retaliate, so they seal the room and secure their files. Meanwhile, the crew members wake up scattered across a ruined Earth. Jared regains consciousness near the southwest wing of the fortress, but he is alone. Damon wakes up outside the fortress, directly under the raging electric storm where the alien portals remain open. Realizing their time jump didn't take them far enough back to stop the invasion, Damon begins to explore cautiously, aware that the Sentinel might be nearby. Eventually, Jared and Damon manage to establish communication, but Jared's voice only reaches Damon. Damon discovers a hidden tunnel leading into the fortress and decides to go inside. Meanwhile, on the moon, the android returns with 2 soldiers to apprehend Doc and Jay. The 2 manage to outsmart them by donning protective suits and breaking the glass that keeps the air sealed, causing the soldiers to retreat. Doc and Jay use the chaos to escape to the lower levels. Elsewhere on Earth, Robin regains consciousness near the remains of an old city. As she searches for her team, she stumbles upon a car with a disfigured man inside. To her horror, the man grabs her weapon, revealing himself to be a zombie. 2 more zombies charge at her, and Robin fights them off. However, when a 3rd zombie lunges at her, her armor automatically activates, killing the attacker. Jared finds himself facing a zombie woman, and his scanner detects more approaching undead. As he navigates through the danger, the Sentinel, still dormant, awakens and begins to arm itself with deadly gear. Jared, realizing the threat, runs from the zombies and locks a door behind him, unknowingly trapping himself with the Sentinel. The powerful alien strikes him with a force that throws him across the room, and then attempts to disintegrate him with a red electric blast. Jared narrowly escapes, using his environment to take cover. Just as things look grim, a mysterious woman rescues Jared, leading him to safety. Meanwhile, Robin discovers a motorbike and rides toward the fortress. The electric storm above hurls dangerous lightning at her, but her expert driving allows her to narrowly avoid the strikes. On the moon, Doc and Jay make their way to the lower levels, still unable to get in touch with their Earthbound team. Jay insists that the president is likely responsible for the crash, though she remains hopeful that the team is still alive and fighting to complete their mission. At first, the residents in the lower levels are skeptical of Jay's accusations, but when a man sitting in the corner speaks up, the group's doubts start to fade. He confesses that he had turned off the ship's shield and landing gear after receiving orders directly from the president, who had promised him wealth and a new life. Now, feeling abandoned, the man is bitter and regretful. Seeing an opportunity, Jay explains the president's true intentions. She reveals that the president is not interested in reclaiming Earth because he profits from his absolute control over the moon colony. The man adds that he knows the location of a secret lab where the moon's systems can be accessed. A skilled hacker within the group volunteers to help, even offering a transmitter that might allow them to re-establish contact with the team on Earth. Meanwhile, on Earth, Jared, now safe inside a hidden base, is shocked to come face to face with his father, Leland. Jared realizes that the time jump has sent him at least 40 years into the past. He recognizes his father by the familiar army dog tag necklace, but he keeps his true identity a secret. After a brief conversation, Leland and his group accept Jared's loyalty and include him in their mission. However, the Sentinel soon discovers Jared's helmet, marked with the Moon Federation logo. The alien uses it to track the humans on the moon, confirming their presence and hinting at reinforcements. Jared and his team infiltrate an alien infection pod, a terrifying device used to transform captured humans into mindless zombie soldiers for the Sentinel's army. As the pod descends deep into the Sentinel's lair, it transfers energy to complete the grotesque mutation process. The team fights their way through the lair, taking down zombies one by one. In a shocking twist, they open one of the pods and find Leland's wife and their baby, Jared's mother and infant self, inside. They barely have time to process this when the Sentinel and its army of zombies arrive. Back on the moon, Doc and Jay finally re-establish contact with Earth and make a shocking discovery. Jared and Damon are stuck in separate timelines. Jared is in the year 2140, while Damon is in 2160. Robin's timeline and location remain a mystery. On Earth, the situation deteriorates as zombies relentlessly attack Jared's group. One of their soldiers stays behind to buy the others time, bravely holding off the undead with a machine gun before being overwhelmed. Elsewhere, Damon and Robin realize they are in the same place but in different timelines. They confirm this when they manage to communicate, but confusion arises because both claim to be in the exact same spot. Damon notices that Jared's transmissions are old recordings, and after some thought, he concludes that they must be in separate timelines. Robin, however, seems to be further ahead in time. She finds a letter D engraved in the location they are both investigating, a clue left by Damon. The group struggles with a frustrating communication limitation. Robin can hear both Jared and Damon, but Damon can only hear Jared, while Jared cannot hear anyone at all. The realization sets in that their mission is falling apart, leaving them scattered across different timelines. As chaos unfolds, the Sentinel launches a brutal attack on the soldiers, much like the one it used to annihilate Jared's father's team decades ago. Watching from his location, Jared realizes that this is the moment his father, Leland, sacrifices himself. Leland fights valiantly against the Sentinel, retreating only to protect his family. In that moment, Jared makes a crucial decision. He knows he must face the Sentinel to prevent further loss. Meanwhile, Damon and Robin set traps in an attempt to weaken or stop the deadly foe before it causes more destruction. Suddenly, Doc manages to contact Robin and reveals the gravity of the situation. He shares a critical piece of information. The Sentinel relies heavily on electricity to function. Doc suggests using an EMP, electromagnetic pulse, to temporarily disable the Sentinel. However, before Robin can act, guards discover the transmitter connecting her to Doc and shut it down. Realizing the urgency, Doc uploads his voice recordings to the cloud to ensure the moon colony can access his warnings. In an incredible twist, the Sentinel begins fighting all three of them across their respective timelines. The battle is intense, with the Sentinel targeting Damon and Jared first. It stabs Jared and lifts him into the air, but Jared makes a heroic sacrifice. He triggers a massive explosion, destroying the Sentinel's primary weapon in his timeline. This selfless act weakens the Sentinel, making it vulnerable when it faces Damon and Robin. With the Sentinel's weapon disabled, Damon takes a shot. He fires at the alien, knocking it to the ground and blasting its face, leaving it disfigured for its eventual encounter with Robin. Despite his bravery, Damon is killed in the battle. His vital signs disappear from the control panel on the moon, leaving those monitoring the situation in stunned silence. In Robin's timeline, the Sentinel seems unstoppable, until a masked figure appears and fires at it, forcing the alien to retreat. To Robin's shock, the masked fighter reveals his identity. It's Damon, but much older, battle-worn, and scarred from years of fighting. This twist reveals the vast time gap between their timelines. The Sentinel, still determined, opens a portal and escapes Earth, heading toward the moon. When it reaches the moon, it is met with unexpected resistance. The barman, armed with a huge weapon, confronts the Sentinel in a climactic showdown. He fires a devastating shot, striking the Sentinel in the chest. For the first time, it appears the Sentinel has been defeated. On the moon, the president and his assistant scramble to regain control of the situation. When the news breaks that the Sentinel has been neutralized, the president sees an opportunity to twist the narrative. He broadcasts a triumphant message to the moon colony, falsely claiming credit for the victory and portraying himself as the mastermind behind the heroic effort. Back on Earth, Damon and Robin regroup, reflecting on their harrowing journey. They discuss the possibility of using time travel to go back and save Jared. However, their relief is short-lived. As they plan their next move, their worst nightmare unfolds. The Sentinel regains consciousness. Though battered and seemingly defeated, it reveals that it is far from dead. And if you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.